make yourself more than just a man if you devote yourself to an ideal, and you become something else entirely.
It would never be that easy. If they got out early, then their storyline for the episode would be over. There isn't really any in the show logic as to why the Green Lantern willpower blocks them from exiting the Shadow Realm. I will go through each name on the doors. First we have Tao Jones, who was a member of the Suicide Squad. Next is Penny Dreadful, who can absorb and rechannel electricity. Then it is Carchero, who is a shark-like monster, similar to King Shark. The final one is Todd Rice, who will become Obsidian.
You like boys?
That's sick.
Since Obsidian is connected to the Shadow Realm, this dark past memory appeared. The foster home he got sent to had a abusive guy that hated boys that like boys. A gay person basically. Note, I had to separate wording so YouTube did not get the wrong idea and delete this video.
Right? For one thing, this place preys on your subconscious, your fears and regrets.
That officially confirms it. The Shadow Realm really sucks. The entire area being gray was one problem, but this is just wrong in so many ways.
Also, doorways here, they usually take you where you most desire to go, taking their cues from the subconscious. It rarely turns out for the best.
This Shadow Realm is just all kinds of problems. It makes us go to places we do not want to go apparently. Now I want to know who created the Shadow Realm so I can kick them in the rear.
Well, this is where you refuse to forgive me.
You caused your sister so much pain, yet she still forgave you, didn't she?
So the calculator returns one last time. And who is the sister that Shade has? I assume that whatever happened to the sister was long before he became a villain.
This room is designed for your protection, and ours. The walls are coated with an energy-diffusing polymer.
Just great, these creepy organization people know how to counter a Green Lantern. Makes me wonder how they even got the resources to do this, or when they even built that room.
I'm a friend, Miss Hayden. I'm an ally to both you and your brother.
Something does not seem right. This Skull guy and his organization seems to have some hidden agendas that the audience is not aware of yet. I think the organization is actually a primary or secondary villain.
Every time you tried to fix something, you made it worse.
Another messed up parent. So both Obsidian and Stripe had to deal with abusive people. I feel bad for both Obsidian and Stripe. I am sure the show's audience also feel bad for Obsidian and Stripe.
Have you come to say goodbye? Don't let me die alone.
So something happened to Shade's sister and he was not there, I think. I do wonder why, because this was before he became a villain. So he could not have been doing Injustice Society stuff during that time.
Cyanide touch, these doctors called it.
So his cyanide touch is basically like a death touch. Any person he touches ends up terminated. Which means that if he is a villain, then he may end up terminating someone in the Justice Society of America.
Here at Helix, we help those like us learn to live a life of isolation.
I am not sure what Helix is or does in the comics. But Helix has been in the Arrowverse before. It was that hacking group that Felicity worked with back in Season 5 of Arrow.
The truth is, I didn't say anything to my sister the day she died because I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
So he was somewhere else while his sister was basically in the hospital. The second half of the scene is up next. Due to YouTube only allowing 10 seconds of each scene.
You see, I had to separate myself from her. Losing people is just too hard.
Now I see what happened. The Shade was afraid of death, so he did not stay with his sister during her last day. What I do not understand is how he went from that moment to becoming a villain.
My power, Jenny's, it all reacts to how we feel. That's why I think Todd's connection with Jenny is the only thing that can save him.
The Green Lantern ring uses willpower to activate and create constructs. So it makes sense that the willpower of both Obsidian and Jade is how to fix the issue.
He does everything he can to get your attention. Just like you did with me.
This scene is confusing. If the Shadow Realm is using the subconscious as a way to create these events, then how would it know Mike feels? It can only know how Stripe feels. The brother and sister are finally reunited once again. I assume this is where their story ends for now. Due to this being the final Stargirl season. They do later on mention the off-screen story for them.
Even so, spying on us like you've been doing?
Spying on you.
They were behind the cameras?
What are you talking about?
The cameras you put up all over Blue Valley. Inside our homes.
We did no such thing.
So this creepy organization did not install the cameras. An episode or two ago we saw a puzzle of a skull mask. If it is not Helix, then there is a big bad that we have not seen yet. This unknown big bad has a connection to Helix somehow.
Maybe Helix should form a team of our own.
In the Infinity Inc. comics there is a team. Which means that the show is introducing another team. We have the Justice Society, the Seven Soldiers of Victory, and now Infinity Inc. We know Stripe was a part of the Seven Soldiers of Victory before he was in the Justice Society of America.
Rather than make my exit, I'd like to extend a hand. If you're amenable.
Since the Shade is a villain who prefers to show up and then leave, few episodes later he is having a hard time asking others if they need help. The actor does a great job at showing how Shade is having trouble in this.
Wesley Dodd's nephew.
Wesley Dodd's the Sandman?
Sandy has nightmares of people in trouble, like his uncle used to.
Wesley Dodd's The Sandman first appeared in New York World's Fair Comic No. 1, April 1939, and uses a gas gun to put the villains he faces to sleep. It seems Stargirl series wants to go towards the power direction. It has the words Blue Valley Utility Company on it. That would explain how the cameras got installed. They dressed up as utility people. Now we do not see who is under the hood, but we know that the sewers are used to travel. It explains why no one saw who terminated the gambler. They attacked and then went underground.
Time changes nearly everything, but the mission and the legend of the Batman lives on.